Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. It's a late edition of the news. I'm in a crazy kind of mood apparently today because I don't have 5 million videos to do, but I figured I'd try and get the news in since it's day one of the MLC. Ton of stuff going on, right? Like always. So let's kind of just take a look at some things. Um, Start off by, let's look at the Armory loot contest and see what we got in there. So great rework of Gunther, by the way. Go ahead and check out my video on him. I did my preferred build set, but then I also showed a more risky way to play him as well. Check both of those out. Green to black to green, deafening silence. That's cool. And then the moment is right here. Really strong moment, actually. Very nice. We'll take a look at that moment as well. And then the final milestone actually has a Black Royal Rumble. So pretty juicy armory this month, although maxing is very hard, 6 points each. So very, very difficult to max. There we go. Solo contest. I'm League 14. Let's see what it looks like for me. Looks like, yep, standard kind of 3 tokens. We'll see where those go. So Titans of Tag faction competition. This is the one where you gotta like do your blitz and all of that. With not this one. This is the weekly collect keys one, but it's the collect your blitz tour. Now they don't farm keys anymore. It's all just collecting your blitz tickets and doing that. And of course that helps the faction because in the lower milestones you get a ton of these. And there's now of course the Kickoff store, which incentivizes early spending. There is a big reward for that, but it is also a big price, right? So, and then the fire kickoff, this is 24 hours. It's again designed to get people to level her up and spend on the starter packs, and there's some extra demolition shards if you're going to do that kind of thing, right? The 3 million, 1500 there. It's again designed to get people to buy the jumpstart packs. So some of the best values at the start of the month. Usually it is what it is, but it's a big price tag, right? So all that's going on. Everything else looks pretty standard there. Nothing super new there. We'll look at the tours. Also, if you were curious, it's always good to check if this loads. The featured page, no content available, unfortunate. A lot of times it'll have your shard counts for people and things like that in here. But nothing big at the moment there. So, all right, that's what we got. Where to first? Guess let's take a look at the current events, right? So, just Technician today. Usually they drop a lot. The Champs, of course, one who most of us won't have. And then Technician is Rusev, so he's in the Backstage Pass. Good value there. If you didn't get him very high, you can get him at 6-star bronze. So that's pretty straightforward. This is the month-long one, the Muscles in the Bank. These are going to change on every level you have all month. Generally, it's the B and the A tier from each month on the first level. They get harder as you go, right? Like they get fairly difficult. So and so forth, right? So Lex, Becky, and it's the running recap. So you get 3 months of these. So you pretty much know always what to expect, like, right? Raquel Bundy, and then the next rank up is usually the S tier, which I can't show you. I can show you. Yeah, so McCool and Kamala. Some months have more than others, right? Austin is just Austin on his month. So we have was just his. He's not there anymore. Grande and Coco. And then the Beach Brawl should be last month's, which is Julia and Haku, which would make Vaquer this one. Yep. And this would be whoever the S tier was the month before that I can't remember. Ray Phoenix or EO. So some months they give you 2, and some months they don't. Not sure. And Drew here with only 1, right? So those are your running recaps all month for those, so no rush at all. Elba Fire Tour, these are pretty standard. I'll do a video tomorrow with my Elba Fire showing how far I can get free to start. Spoiler, it won't be very far usually. Maybe this will be better than last month, but it wasn't far last month. Kickoff Tour, these, you know, you're going to get what you can get. You're going to use Elbow Fire, get where you can get some extra Blitz tickets if you spent, none if you don't, right? Victory Tours, those are standard. Your Beach Brawl Victory Tours expire in 24 hours, so get those are done. Gunther is quite good with the rework, so that's nice. So we got some, is it 24 hours, or do they give us 48 again? Okay, good. Oh, 3 days for Gunther Tour. Awesome. Love it that they do this. Tomorrow we're going to have the showdown. Um, like we have nothing new there. And then the Gauntlet Blitz is using Elba Fire, giving you some of these tokens and giving you faction points, right? So don't miss any of your ticket claims. Of course, Speed Tour, do that. It's who hit hardest. It's not hard to get through. Pretty great. And let's just take this opportunity to buy my promoters while we're here. For Feud, you can see we got a long way to go. Really like the Stip Tour being in this. The nodes are not super hard, and it gives me access to Stip Tour coins, which I really need for my Feud promoters. Eventually, when I get those, then I can get shards of people I'm missing. So big fan of that there, right? So that's kind of the tours. There, it feels like there's a lot. It's not as bad as it looks today, sort of, but then there's showdown tomorrow. So just try and get done what you can get done. That's usually what I do. So that's kind of it for the tours. There's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about in the store, including the prize wall and that kind of stuff. So let's get into this. So the hype stuff, whatever. This is when hype is the cheapest, right? I don't advocate buying it, but if you're going to buy it, that's the best one. Obviously get your free claim. So if you don't know, the $100 starter comes with a half off prize wall, right? These just give you easier starts. This comes with a half off prize wall, as well as a bunch of extra stuff, right? It's a lot of money, but they make it fairly inviting. And this is what's on the half off wall this month. It's actually not that great compared to what it has been. You can see right there. It's probably the worst one we've had. So there's your half off wall. If you were thinking about that being what pushed you into buying the starter pack, this month is probably much worse than other months, right? Much worse. No plates, no X or anything like that. Not a ton of shards. So yeah, I think this month more than ever, it's not worth it. Get your daily Blitz ticket claim. Make sure you grab that every day. You can't miss that. These ones are just whatever. If you're gonna buy the launch stuff, just buy it on the portal, right? Don't buy it in game. There's better offers on the portal. The $200 one gives you a ton of pulls. The $100 one gives you pulls, right? The starter set, blah blah blah, right? It's all just expensive. It's so much money. I don't even like talking about it. Rusev Backstage Pass. I think these are great value. You get some demolition, some bags. You end up getting like 7 or 8 pulls, something like that throughout the week. You have to claim it daily on the portal though. So make sure if you're buying this, you're doing it on the portal to get the bonus stuff on top of it. And I think that's it there. So let's take a look at the prize wall. So here's the regular prize wall for us mortal folks. Pretty great. Free to play is all over the McDonough shards because I have a Yeet drip and that's where it would go. So yeah. Solo shards, taker shards, right? Like, so solid here, not super expensive. But last month, if you remember, we had Michelle McCool shards up here, 500 of them. No S tier this month, so I'd say that's a downgrade here as well. And then everything else is standard operating procedure. So I'd say this month is also a downgrade on not only the half off, but the regular one. So your token one, the 6-star gold chest, I think they said they upgraded it with some more juiciness. Of course, there's a bunch of not good stuff, but there's lots of good stuff too. This month, maybe the first month I'm able to do this on the free-to-play account, because last month was Braun Breaker, which was a no-brainer. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in here. All that gold helped the account a lot, so big fan of this chest. I think it's great. That's where I'll use my 3 tokens on. I don't really care about Hall of Fame DDP on this account, to be honest. I also don't, I won't get 4, but Blue Transfusion is okay, but it's nothing crazy necessarily, right? And then you have these. So I think the chest is kind of the winner here. If you don't have Hall of Fame Goldberg, though, he's quite good. And honestly, I guess it's probably worth shouting out just because he can be rare. Memrock, with all the moments and stuff, he's okay. pretty good actually. But there's a lot of pieces to him. Sort of like Striker Austin, but not quite as good. Memrock can be pretty good with everything now, but you need everything to get them to really make it work. And he's kind of, I don't know, he can miss sort of, not really, I guess, but it's worth thinking about, right? For me on this account, I have Memrock anyway, I think. But either way, this is the winner here for me on this one. So there's a sprint, and this is why they try and get people to spend, right? Rainbow Flurry, Star Cross, these plates are short, and then these shards. You have a very short window, 3 days. It's fairly high counts of these. There's no way you're getting to these points without like dropping the $100 starter pack. Really, well, the Gunther shards actually you can get. Again, his shards continue to be cheap. That jumps right out at me. I don't know why his shards have gotten so cheap. If you're close to Gunther, even if you're not, I mean, looking at what the prize, well, it's for the month, right? When we look at that, I mean, like this is a better value than anything on the half off by far, right? Cody shards they've been having everywhere, so this doesn't feel great, right? Like, yeah, I mean, like Gunther shards, heck yeah. If you don't have them, I do like the price of the Starcrossed. That's the best value for sure out of these. And of course, if you get there, the Rainbow Flurries plate is awesome. But yeah, because I won't do a full breakdown on this. I'll do a proper breakdown on the whole month. But for like the short time, I just figured I'd do it right now. So we get the armory. Boy, this looks nice. 250,000 for McCool gear, 350 for Haku gear. We got Nikki Cross, Ray Phoenix, blah 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 blah. 6-star silver. And these, if you get there, is nice. These are way higher than last month's. They raised the price up a bunch, so that's super disappointing. But big deal here. Frankie the Parrot on here and Death Row coming in pretty okay. Let's just double check and make sure these aren't, they're not, okay. So, yep. Armory wall looks solid. I would say pretty good, actually. The armory wall looks pretty good, in my opinion. And I'll do a proper, like I said, breakdown on all of that, but just for today's daily news, we got that. So, yeah, I guess we're to the loots, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. These are the kickoff loots. Mega Rare gets you, Mega Pull gets you 3 Mega Rares, 7 Pull Super Rares. These are usually, you know, featured 1%, so Mega Rares 2.57, Supers 5, 7, 25, right? You can see all that. So odds are you have to do 2.5 of these to hit 1 featured, right? And there is some good stuff in the featured, no question. These 3, right, are good. He's good, good. Got your rework, good. A lot of people love him. A lot of people love him. Really good. So the featured pool is pretty solid. BPP is, and you're getting him free this month in LA. And oof, this one's gross. But the featured pool is pretty good. But again, hard to get. So Mega Rare looks great so far. So if you want to do the starter, right, the kickoff thing, you're getting 3 of these, most likely 150 to 200 shards in some combination of these 2 with the chance to hit the other ones. I don't hate it, but only while if you're getting a bunch of other stuff while you're doing it, right? It's so expensive though, right? So this is more advice to big spenders. And then you move down to the super rare. That's 7 pulls if you're trying to, it's really hit or miss. You don't know how they're weighted, right? And it feels bad to get black shards over Julia shards if that's what you're chasing. The very rares, it's just all like flip, you know, everything's a coin flip, but I mean, you're mostly going to be probably weighted to these. Not that that's terrible. They're decent-ish. These are the good ones though, right? And then uncommons. Oh, you got Hulkster in there. Uncommons, not super exciting. And then commons. So commons have the bait, obviously. down at the bottom in the shards because you think you're going to get a bunch of them. But here's the deal. When you start looking at the quantities of some of these, 150 on McCool in the common section that there's 50% of, yeah, there's a lot of them, right? But especially like, I feel like coming up here, 250. These, if you've noticed what they price Austin shards at, they value these so high. The odds of hitting these are howdy OTC, right? Like, I feel like these are in the shards, but they're not really in the shards. 250 Ray Phoenix, like, yeah, you're not, nah. I'm not buying the odds on these at all. Like, it's super diluted, but still, look at the huge quantities on some of these super rare ones. Even if it is, if it's, this is one of those cases where I think you're way more likely to get the cards, right? The full cards, because look at how bad they are. I mean, Bubba's not bad. There's a few not bad, but for the most part, yeah, you're going to pull a lot of this, right? A lot of this. A lot of this. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's more for big spending. Like, this is not, you'd be way better off probably getting a starter pack or something or saving than you would, right? Like the $20 starter pack, you can get more stuff in the Kickoff Blitz and all of that jazz. It is what it is, guys, right? It's always the same. And let's take a look at the key pulls, see if there's anything exciting in there, and then we'll make sure that check out the armory stuff too. So key pulls, obviously, if you hit featured, great. 0.11 though. It's a lot of key pulls. What's that, like 1,000? It's like 1,000 pulls to hit a featured. So you're not hitting a featured unless you're super lucky, and then you probably get one of those. So super rares, I mean, it doesn't matter. The odds don't matter. The key pulls, everything's just a bonus. So if you see gold, I mean, there's some decent stuff in here, right? Like my free to play would love just about all of that, honestly. Shards, okay, whatever, very rare. I mean, yeah, right? There's some pretty good silvers in there. Probably mostly weighted towards this stuff, although it's not terrible stuff for silver, right? Memrock in there. Here's what you're mostly going to get, though. Hurricane shards, that's what we care about. Yes, these are worth their weight in gold. Defensive acrobat. Just wanted to make sure those are there. Uncommons, these you get a decent amount of, right? So those are pretty good. Devon's in there. Dusty's in there. Umaga's in there. Chelsea Green, there's Mem again. They just gave Hogan away, so that's not as big a deal. Farouk. Yeah, those aren't terrible either. Looks like a decent set of key pulls to me. And commons, we got Rocker in the commons, probably hard to get. See if anything else kind of jumps out. I think that's the big stuff, yeah. Yeah, pretty standard briefcase, doesn't look terrible. A couple of interesting things. So, titles, looks like, see if we got new plates, the flurries, the transfusion, botchman, more flurries, reinforcements with rainbows. Yep. Ring of Royalty. Name of Fear got moved in. Okay. Punk's Gauntlets. Frankie plate. That already was, I think. So this looks good. They continue to keep refreshing it, right? Visage. So that's cool. All right. Cool. No complaints. Gear. Let's see what we got in the gear. That's always exciting. I don't remember what Raquel's gear does. Let's see if we got anything refreshed in here. Mommy and Yeet are in there still, which is good. Bliss gear still in there. I'm still chasing that. There's the Repo Man gear. Okay. Penta gear, JBL gear. Okay. All right. Yep. They're key. I'll tell you what. When they first came out with the Armory gear loot, I honestly thought it was gonna sit stale and they weren't gonna rotate stuff in. They have been rotating the new stuff in, so I've been pleasantly surprised. So that's pretty cool. Like, I'm definitely happy about that. Uncommons are what they are, but you can get the Nurse Steve gear, Awesome Truth gear. Those are worth mentioning, right? Another Austin gear if you're chasing his maximum potential. I mean, like Macho Man gear, Hogan gear's in there, right? It's pretty dang solid, honestly. No complaints there. And then let's see what we got in the moments. Looks like they updated the superstars. I don't remember these ones being in there, so it looks like they have refreshed the superstars available in there too. Indy's still in there. All right, Mellow. Very cool. Moments. So the new Hell in the Cell. Excellent. Beer Bath. That's a great moment. Wyatt 6 is still there. Tiffy Time if you're chasing all of her stuff. Okay. The Evolution one, this is so good. Money in the Bank's good, but this is such a good moment. Last month's Money in the Bank, still the Hall of Fame one in there. The Clash of Champions. Yep, they rotated the stuff in. Okay. Armory looks pretty solid. So yeah, all in all, guys, it looks like a decent start to the MLC. The characters are pretty solid. The A tier is fun. The S tiers can be really good. The freebie, pretty meh, but that's to be expected. But the rework on Gunther is awesome. So that's the good news. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this edition of the news and you have a great day. I'm on vacation this week starting Thursday. I won't be home. So I'll have some pre-recorded content, but I don't think, maybe I'll try and record the news on my phone if I have time, but I won't stress it. So may or may not happen. Don't expect it on Thursday and Friday, which may make the Friday breakdown news thing not doable, because I'll be busy on vacation. So don't expect it. But that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the news today. I released a ton of videos. Go watch them all. Like, subscribe, share. Helps me out. Leave comments, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there. Yeah, have a great MLC, guys. Have a great one.